Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tyler, and today is a little bit delayed, but I was like, maybe I'll wait and do the rankings for the Conjuring series after we have a couple more movies out. Because there is a shit ton of movement in the Conjuring series right now, and we have Annabelle Comes Home that's about to release this summer. We have Conjuring 3, which is about to go into production. They just announced a sequel to The Witch. They announced that The Curse of La Llorona is going to be also part of the Conjuring universe. There's a lot going on. Plus, I don't think we've heard anything more about the Crooked Man, but last I knew that's still happening, so there's a lot happening with the Conjuring series, so I was like, maybe I'll wait a bit. But then, just so you guys know, I'm actually in the middle of moving. Like, if you could see off screen, like, this is like the one area of my room that I made sure to not really touch, just because then I knew that that's my backdrop and could get some videos done. So I'm trying to like bank some videos so then I can get settled into the new place. I hate this term vlog style, but essentially it would be just like me holding the phone and just doing it like a quick review. It's kind of going to be playing on just the fact that I don't know like what the recording situation's going to be. I promised myself that I wasn't going to be missing a week for the entirety of 2019, so I was like, I can't, even with the move, I don't want to fuck this up. Things may end up going more vlog style for a short period of time, but instead I'm just gonna try to get a bunch of content out of the way. So I don't know how it'll go. We'll see. Usually I like to prepare a little bit more, but God, life is just getting to me. that is the simple but gist of it. You know, there might be another franchise chat in the near future where I go over a series and, you know, just stuff like that until I get things up and running how they were. Which, to be fair, I could have done this little warning and then not have an issue. But I don't know. There's so much up in the air where I'm like, I just want to give you guys a bit of a heads up. So, okay, let's just get into the rankings. First up would be, and this is one that it's very obvious. If you've watched the franchise chats, chances are you know my order. But I just kind of wanted to do a definitive thing. That way, in case someone's just like watching, just trying to find which of the Conjuring series is worth watching, and they just want a quick little summary. That's just kind of what I wanted to do. And so the first movie on this list, at number 5 for the Conjuring series, wait, there are 5 in this series, right? There are 6, right? Conjuring 1, Annabelle. Conjuring 2, Annabelle 2, The Nun. Oh yeah, I guess they haven't, because all the other ones are just in the future. So go over the 5. Number 5 is obviously Annabelle. It's a fine movie. I'm not going to get into the extreme specifics. I will link down below all of my franchise chats, so if any of these interest you, you can then go down there, and I talk extensively about these films. Yeah, Annabelle, it's just not up to par with the rest of the series, so that's why it gets the number 5 spot. Number 4 would be The Nun. And I thought for sure this was going to be right at the end of the list because it didn't look like it was going to be up to snuff. It looked really, really poor, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fuck out of it, actually. There's a lot to like about it. The gothic horror aspect's real interesting. I like that style of film. It almost feels like an old Hammer film. So that's cool. I enjoyed many aspects of the film. Just like everyone else, the CGI just didn't have to be done like that. It really, really didn't. So that was unfortunate just because prior to The Nun, The Conjuring was very much a practical effects movie or series where they were hiding. It was more hiding stuff, but still doing things practically. But then with The Nun, that just kind of went out the window. I'm not sure if it's because they shot in Transylvania. I think it's somewhere in Romania. So that's what helps with the aesthetic. And yeah, it's just so much better than you would think that it'd be. Next up, I would probably consider at number 3 to be The Conjuring. You know, it's not a slight on The Conjuring. I love the first film, but it's not as good as the ones above this list. That's usually how lists work. I enjoyed it still. There's a shit ton to like about it. It's still just amazing. This is where we get to the point where it's like, I understand this, the top 3, I understand anyone being like, oh yeah, that's my favorite of the series, and totally get it. The Nun and the first Annabelle, I'm like, But again, everything's subjective. Next up on the list, this one's tough. This one is really tough. So I am going to go with Annabelle Creation at my number 2. This and the number 1 film, it just kind of depends what I had seen more recently. One big thing with Annabelle Creation that I really love is just the tone and the setting. It's essentially only taking place at this house in the countryside, so it just has a really good isolated feel. I like that a lot. The acting is just fantastic, really, really fantastic. All the kids do a great job. Again, check the link below if you want to hear more about that. Number 1, though, you guys already know because there's not that many films in this series. The Conjuring 2. And this was my favorite film of the year it was released, I think 2016. I love it. Absolutely love it. This was the film that really turned me around on possession movies. I was always like, yeah, I like this possession movie, I like that possession movie, but I'm not a possession movie guy. After this one, I'm like, ooh, I think I might be a possession movie guy. Like, I like these. The big thing that separated this from Annabelle Creation for me was the inclusion of the Warrens. I love Ed and Lorraine Warren as portrayed by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Just love their relationship, love everything about their dynamic, and I could watch them do just about anything. So that's why I'm really, really glad that the next films in the series, I guess it wouldn't be the next 2 because that La Llorona is technically part of it. But third Annabelle and third Conjuring both have the Warrens in it, which is awesome because they are the best characters in the series and they're pretty much the through line. That's really all. I'll probably end up having to amend this list in just like a year since there's so many Conjuring films on the agenda. I'm assuming some won't be made. Wouldn't surprise me if Crooked Man doesn't get made. Wouldn't surprise me if like the Annabelle series ends after this one, if it just goes into the Conjuring stuff where it's like the Annabelle doll kind of gets retired. I understand that that's very much a possibility, but as of now, this series is about to have even more entries, so I'll probably end up revisiting this later on. But yeah, that's really all for this week. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and even though I had said it, and this is going to be the last time mentioning it until I actually bring it back, but I'm not going to be doing the drawings at the end yet just because of the move. I recorded that one video and it was prior to the move and didn't realize that so much stuff was going to be happening. So that's not something that's on the agenda right now until I get settled in. Apologies for that. I shouldn't have fucking announced it. Silly, but life happens. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and stick around the channel and see, just check out a video. Check out the one that plays after this. That'd be awesome. We'll see you next week. Hey friends, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out this video that YouTube thinks that you would like.